Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, the Rumpled One. Today's trading topic: mental toughness in trading. I'm sure many of you have read books like Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas, and you know that trading is probably more mental than anything else, and that you are your biggest obstacle standing in the way of profiting. So, with that in mind, let's go on. I received an email today that talked about athletes. And what I did was I copy and pasted and turned it into something that we can use for traders. And it says, actually failing to perform well while trading is the number one traders seek out mental game coaching. And I'm sure you've probably seen some of the different trading coaches, trading psychologists out there, and I haven't used any of them, and I'm sure some of them are good. It says that it's a sign your mental game is stifling potential when your trading is tentative or cautious. I mean, are you afraid to click that mouse when you get the signal? You see the signal on your chart, things line up the way you have said that you should enter a trade when these things happen, but for some strange reason you don't. It's your mental game holding you back. It says many things explain why traders struggle to perform up to their ability. And these might include: you trade too cautiously due to fear of failure. You fear disappointment and you play it safe. You want to win too badly and you can't stand losing. You just don't trust your skills when it counts, and you sometimes over control. You have self-doubt about your skills and you lose confidence. You expect to trade perfectly and you get frustrated when you don't. These are just a few examples why traders don't perform their best. I mean, if you think about this list, if you look it over, I'm sure you could find at least one thing that you can identify with. One thing that you can improve on that would improve your trading. So what can be done to improve your trading? Do you just work harder and be more patient? Do you learn how to focus better? Or do you stop and look at how your mind might be getting in the way? I mean, if you think about your last trade that didn't go quite well, I mean, whose fault was it? See, traders want to improve their trading, but usually focus on the wrong things. They do not take responsibility and they tend to blame other things. You can see this in the trading forums all the time. And traders blame their faulty technique and make hasty changes. I mean, you see it in the forums all the time. They blame their circumstances and they change instruments, meaning one day they're trading the euro, the next day they're trading Apple Computer, the next day they're trading options, the next day they're trading futures. I mean, they just keep switching back and forth. Traders fault their equipment and look for newer, better stuff. Oh, faster computers, bigger monitors, more monitors, you know, etc., etc. Traders blame the markets. Oh, that news. Oh, those guys cheat. Oh, they're gaming the market. Oh, it's the high frequency traders. I mean, you guys know what excuses you make, who you blame. But once again, these are just all excuses that mask the real culprit: a lack of mental toughness. I mean, for those of you who have been watching my videos, and not just my trading videos, like if you've been watching my book reviews, you can see I read a lot of psychology books, books that talk about the mind, how it works, how decisions are made. Uh, the science has just made unbelievable strides in understanding the mind and its processes over the past few decades, within my lifetime. It's a very interesting body of material. And that's why I tell traders it's better to read psychology books than it is trading books. I mean, if you think about it, if you could do better just reading trading books, then we'd all be making money hand over fist, right? So there must be something else to it. So you can learn to improve mental toughness, but you're going to have to stop your searching and first admit that your mental game can improve. It's just that simple. I mean, go to any trading forum and look at all the different methods and indicators out there. And all these people, usually the thread starter and maybe one or two other people are successful with the method, but then there's, dozens, if not hundreds or thousands of other people who are struggling. And in fact, there's that one thread with the guy that, copied my method, imitated my method, I don't even need to mention him. If you've been watching my trading videos, you know who I'm talking about. But there's people out there that think because he lives in a certain time zone, they need to switch their charts to his time zone. I mean, that's just ridiculous. And as others argue about, well, if you use this market open versus that market open, well, you'll have a green daily candle from this one and a red daily candle from the other one. So how can you trade blah, blah, blah? You see, once again, they're looking outside themselves. They want to blame something else for their failures. And that's not the way it works in trading. It's you. You click the mouse. I mean, I've said it before. You choose when you enter a trade. You choose what you trade. You choose when you exit a trade. You can control your loss, but everything else is outside your control. I mean, you can control a lot, but the win, that's up to the market. That's something you can't control. You can control how much you lose. You can control what method or methods you apply. Whether you use horizontal lines, squiggly lines, slanted lines, that's all up to you. Or no lines. You can trade naked. But if you want to be successful, you have to do as they said in Cool Hand Luke. You've got to get your mind right. Because you can have a method that's profitable, or you can make that same method a loser. It's up to you. You have to trust the method, trust your skills. You have to realize you can't control the outcome of your trade, as Mark Douglas likes to say. You can't control the outcome. Because if you could, once again, there'd be no market. So, you have to work on your mental toughness. And in an upcoming video, what I will explain, we'll talk about your pre-trading game plan. What do you do before you sit down at your trading terminal or your cell phone or your tablet or your laptop? What do you do to get your mind prepared? Do you even have a plan? Do you have a pre-game or pre-trading routine? Because if you don't, that could be part of your problem. So we'll explore that maybe in the next week or two. Till then, fellow traders, it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. TheRumpledOne signing off.